Happy Monday to you. For most of us, Monday is the start of a work week, a school week, the beginning of new adventure for, at least for the day. Many of us are jumping out of bed on a Monday morning, ready to take on whatever the goals and objectives are of the day, with all of our motivations intact. That's not true for all of us. Sometimes we find ourselves hating Mondays and wishing we had a little bit more weekend. But hopefully you can relate to that Monday feeling, that motivated feeling. Perhaps that happens for you on a different day of the week. So grab a hold of that feeling, hopefully it was recent, and think about what happened. Did you need other people to fill up your bucket of motivation, or was there something that you already had that caused you to be excited, to be enthusiastic about your new adventure, the new goals that you were tackling, the excitement of the people you were working with or serving? What is it that led to your motivation? And now think about how that progressed. So throughout the day, if it was today, or throughout the week or the month, that happened after that high level of excitement that started you out. Did you stay at that level of excitement? Were you as motivated from the beginning to the end? Or did you have some peaks and valleys in your motivation? Did something cause your motivation to drop off throughout the process? I'm going to say probably for most of us, motivation doesn't stay at one specific peak level for a lengthy period of time. Most of us see our motivation kind of wobbling back and forth, up and down, and for a wide range of reasons. Now, I want you to think about somebody else. So you know that they're highly motivated, you've seen them at their peak motivation, but you're looking at them now and their motivation is not as high as it used to be. When we look at somebody else, we tend to explain their drop in motivation by blaming them, by identifying their personal flaws. We may have sort of unflattering terms like they're just being lazy today, or we may categorize them. It's an unfortunate category we sometimes assign to millennials, who will say, oh, that they're not as motivated as us boomers or whatever it is, right? And so I'm not advocating for that belief, but I hear that said from time to time. So whatever it is, when we see people losing motivation, it's pretty clear to us that it's happening, and it's common for us to explain it away as if they did it to themselves. And I want you to check yourself on that assumption. So Dr. Tara Peters and I wrote a book called The Demotivated Employee to address this issue specifically. Yes, sometimes there's something we possess inside of ourselves that causes our motivation to slump, but you know that there are other factors that we also should be paying attention to, things going on around that highly motivated person that pokes holes in their motivational basket, that causes all that high level of motivation to start to leak out of that motivational basket, if you will. So maybe they are doing such a great job that we keep piling on more and more work. Eventually their motivation starts to slump out of just the stress of that, right? Or maybe they're working in an environment where everybody else who's around them is crabby and miserable. And so the funkiness of the motivation of others has really messed with the positive energy they tend to like to have. It could be that they are working in a lot of ambiguity and they don't have anybody supporting them. And so as motivated as they are individually, they don't get what they need from their leaders and their managers in terms of communication or support or feedback, or clear expectations. So there are things that other people do that can impact the motivation of others. And so the point of our book, The Demotivated Employee, is to help you as a manager, a leader, a person who cares about the performance of others, to see what's going on around them and not just blame them, but to see if you can help remove some of those barriers and detractors from their motivation. So we hope you will get a hold of our book, and hopefully you will find many good ideas that we've designed into the book to get you thinking about what you can do to prevent the employees around you from experiencing demotivation, or to help them recover from that as quickly as possible.